I picked it. I got my own intro.
Nice.
That's I like the intro. Yeah.
That's not bad intro.
What
I made
song
it
are you
myself.
using?
It's free on YouTube. Oh shit! Nobody's fucking watching.
We need one of those for our channel.
Right.
Yeah, I made you one, and I sent it to each of you, and none of you are watching.
No. You sent me a test one. You didn't say that was the actual one to use. You sent me a test one.
I sent Phil and Katala an actual one, and no one's used it.
That's on Phil and Marcus.
That's on them. Katala has no editing capabilities in regards to what happens with our episodes.
Yeah. The two people who are not here right now.
Yeah, exactly. So, wow, someone came and left. Fucking lady.
Well, you got to remember too. This is also middle of the day.
It's 4 o'clock during the week in a lot of parts of the States.
4 o'clock here, 5 o'clock if you're on the Eastern Coast. I mean, so you're middle of the day right now. So you really ain't going to get a whole lot of people.
Okay, so I've got one. Yeah, hello, Fran.
Whoever you are, thank you.
Thank you for showing up.
Watching this insanity.
I thought we just called it live.
Okay, yeah. So basically, what I was hoping for was to have more than one person watching, and God, you must be so lonely. But hey, you went up to 2. They had a kid, so we're here today mainly to talk and trash and shit like that, all about the shit going on with. Hey, Matt, you share this around, please. I need friends.
Wow.
I do not. I'm not involved in this.
There we go.
Yeah, well, these are my prisoners. So basically, what this is to talk about the shit going on with Gina Corano and all the shit going on like behind the scenes. Have any of you heard what happened with Kathleen Kennedy and the Oscars video?
Oh yes, I know.
I heard some like inklings, but I haven't seen any of the actual like reactionary videos to it yet.
Okay,
I've been meaning to, but just
basically, I have not.
Okay, basically, Kathleen Kennedy done this woke-tastic Oscars video, and it got so hard downvoted and everything like that Kathleen Kennedy and everyone the Oscars had to go in and turn off the comments and like the dislike ratio because of how hard it was getting trashed.
So now the only Disney-based video that the Oscars have up is the Disney acceptance video, and people are smacking that one with dislikes and.
Oh god, I completely missed this. This is hilarious. I think I saw a little bit of something about the Kathleen Kennedy's video getting downvoted.
Yeah.
Oh, they turned off the comments and the ratios because she's a prissy, pathetic little girl and can't handle someone not liking that gaping hell-spawned maw she calls a mouth.
And they say that we're the tiny minority, huh?
Exactly.
Please. I mean, she's an entitled prick is all she is. She's an entitled
about
prick.
Entitled and everything like that. Now, Disney just goes on and on and on about how bad and how racist we are. Bleh. Poor bastards is what they call us. And when they have shit like this, Disney stands behind this fucking bitch. You also stand behind Pedro Pascal, or however
Pedro Pascal, and don't forget Pablo Hidalgo too.
Oh yes, Pablo.
That man has made some pretty incredible.
They're all fucking racists.
Oh yeah.
Oh, gotcha. And these are all the fucking tweets. I screen captured all of them. Oh, and someone who worked for Disney, I think he was either a lawyer or producer or something like that. He went and he tweeted this image. This is in my review, guys. But yeah, he also went and he tweeted out this. MAGA kids
I remember that.
I saw that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And these are the fucking people who.
This is the type of dude who needs to get his ankles tied to his wrists and dipped in their balls first.
Well, yeah.
I second this motion.
Yeah, and everything But the thing is, it's like I'm looking, and I'm not saying who it is, but I shared the video to somebody who you guys knew, uh, and he was an admin in the asylum. And I shared the video to him, and he thought I was making a parody. And then it turns out that he's completely and utterly on Disney's side.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, Katala, do you remember him? Because you had an argument with him. You and Favre both did.
There were a few people in the asylum that I had ended up having arguments with, so you're going to have to narrow that list down, sir, or just DM me.
Yeah, look backstage. That's who it was.
Yeah, what a big fucking surprise.
I'm not surprised at all. I am not surprised in the slightest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, they're also after pulling out the Gina action figure or collectible or doll, however you guys decide to look at it and everything like that.
Is it the action figure or is it a statue? Because they did release an action figure, and I think they released a statue as well.
It's the action figure. It's the Black Series one.
Yeah, I've
That's
got one
the
already.
action figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hasbro has pulled it. So if anyone out there sees...
Why is Hasbro giving into this?
Because Disney probably forced them at risk of the license.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
They're not going to tell you if they did. It's bad
they're
publicity for them.
Yeah.
But I would bet you that Lucasfilm came down on their heads and forced the issue.
Of course they did.
They may have, because Hasbro usually doesn't bend the knee to these twat waffles.
They probably threatened the license.
Probably.
More than likely, because if they're putting out the Black Series, I mean, the Black Series is huge, especially with the lightsabers.
Well, let me lay this out. Not only is it an issue with the Black Series, because the Gina figures were selling well, but they had just announced those classic series figures were coming out, and she had one of those coming out too.
Yeah.
And now it's not going to get made.
Mm-hmm.
Machi says that we need a Kathleen Kennedy action figure.
For what?
We need a Kathleen Kennedy
No,
action
we don't.
figure that the head splits straight in half on.
Yeah.
That the jaw will unhinge.
It would.
Like something like the Ark of the Covenant style.
I say if you wanted to split long ways, that's just Palmer from The Thing. That doesn't work.
Yeah,
No. I want the jaw to unhinge to swallow things.
With jaw unhinging action, there's like a lever on the back.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing
It's
is,
like Battlematic action on Thundercats figures, but with
no, and she's broadcasting that when you squeeze the chest, it's representation.
You just make an alternate head sculpt with the jaw unhinged already.
That would be funny too.
I mean, we could just.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just totally take an alien, the alien queen, and just stick Kathleen Kennedy's head on it. I mean, it still does the exact same thing.
She doesn't have enough dignity for that.
Yeah, no, the alien queen was always a reasonably dignified figure. An evil one, yes, but dignified nonetheless.
Yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy has no dignity.
Kathleen Kennedy, honestly, her face looks like she's been slapped more than a few times.
She looks like a swamp hag.
She is a
fucking
swamp
does.
hag.
Dear God. But the thing is, well, I'm also worried
The
about
Baba Yaga's granddaughter.
is
She
I was
took over
talking
the
to
Baba Yaga's job.
she is the Baba Yaga. But the thing I'm wondering about is what the hell is going to happen behind the scenes with Disney now, because we have the Ahsoka Tano show, then we have the Mandalorian and everything like that, and the Obi-Wan show, and that has gotten a lot of hype, which could have possibly done more, like gotten more fans towards Star Wars and everything. And now as soon as anyone types in Star Wars, the first thing they're going to see is Gina Carano. And congratulations, Disney, you fucking played yourself, because Gina Carano has now gotten a movie deal with Ben Shapiro.
Well, it's like the whole thing where they kept insisting she was being anti-Semitic and talking about how she hated the Jews, and she got hired by a fucking Orthodox Jewish dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro's kind of like the figurehead of the Daily Wire, but he's not the Daily Wire. There's
but he
Yeah.
he's
separate-
greenlit
Yeah, but
that
he-
shit,
I believe he's the owner of the Daily Wire, though.
Yeah, Ben
Yeah.
Shapiro owns the Daily Wire.
Oh,
He makes all of their important decisions. He
That's
does
what
the
I'm saying, is, like,
hiring, the
he
firing,
greenlit
all
that
that
shit,
stuff.
and he is an Orthodox Jew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, very much so. Yes.
And I read her fucking Twitter statement, and if you
I did too.
misconstrue that, then it's your own damn fault, because it's not what she said.
But actually, if those of you who here has not seen it on the panel,
I've seen it.
no,
Read it.
No, I've seen it.
no,
I saw
the actual thing. This is, and for those of you in the
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I've
audience-
seen that. Yeah, I
Yeah, I know
saw
that, but
the
this is also for
Gina
the-
Carano Twitter post. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, for those in the audience as well who haven't seen it. Right, this is what she actually got fired for, according to them.
Allegedly, anyway. I think it was a lot
Allegedly.
more.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot more. I mean, there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes and everything like that. I'd say basically, Kathleen Kennedy, looking at everything, she doesn't understand, even her writers don't understand how lightsabers work, because one of them had a lightsaber getting stuck in a plant. The blade getting stuck in a plant.
Oh, I saw that.
That's never gonna happen.
Who was it who fucking did that fight breakdown from The Last Jedi?
That would be Shadiversity, I believe, among other
That
people.
was
it was-
No, it wasn't Shadiversity. It was like a voiceover during
It was
the whole-
Robot Head.
Robot Head. That was it.
I don't
yeah.
even know who the hell that is.
I only know about him because he'll sometimes come up on Friday Night Tights, Gary's thing, and his his fight breakdown is so funny. He's like, "Look, how did she kick 3 guys back with 1 kick? Is she using the force through her feet now?" So he totally breaks it down, but it's.
Well, I think someone else did a breakdown of it too. It was less funny and more technical.
Yeah,
I know
think it was
Shad. I know that Shad did a
Yeah.
fucking technical breakdown
he
of
did
the
the
stupid
technical,
fights
yeah.
in that.
Yeah, I know he did that, but Robot Head
don't know.
is more.
Well, no, there was another guy who did it who I'm sure did a better job than Shad because honestly, you want my real opinion on this? Shad's shtick is pretending to be a better sword fighter than he actually is on the internet.
Well, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
if he's a good sword fighter or not, as long as he understands what they're doing wrong,
Yeah,
which he does.
Scholagrim might have done a breakdown too. I don't know. I need to look and see if he ever
Well,
did.
I
I
haven't
also
checked if
saw-
Skullgrim has done one or
I
not.
forget who it is, but I saw one guy. He turned around and he was like doing a review of the whole thing. And when the fight where Kylo Ren was fighting 2 people, he's like, as you can see, Kylo Ren here is moving and dodging and weaving as a trained swordsman should. This actor has paid all the attention in training. And it's so nice for everyone in that circle of 6 people to wait their turn to attack Rey. Yeah. Which is fun. And this is the fucking shit that Kathleen
Honestly-
Kennedy wants to push.
That's the real crime of those movies, if you want my honest opinion, because
I do.
Adam Driver actually clearly cared about Star Wars and clearly cared about what he was doing. They fucked him over so bad.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Him
Let's be
and
real.
John
They didn't.
Boyega both.
Let's be real. They didn't do Dizzy Ridley no favors either. Fucking
No,
half
they
the people
didn't.
hate her.
No, they didn't.
And the people that don't hate her are a bunch of weird, creepy fuckers that won't leave her alone.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate Daisy, and she has every right to hate Disney for what they've done to her.
I agree,
But the problem-
and Adam the same.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like Daisy Ridley is a bad actress. I mean, I think if she had better
She is.
direction, she'd be just
no,
fine.
she is.
Yeah.
She is. She's an actual bad actress.
Why?
How? I haven't seen anything with her in it, so
That's the
Orient
problem.
Reference.
No,
She was in
the
Orient Express. And
Yeah,
then
and TV show in the UK where she played a Dead Body where you got to see her tits.
Well, wasn't she a fairly new actress also?
she was.
She was really new, so I don't think you can judge whether or not she's a good or bad actress
I'm not sure
based
it was
on
honestly a
having
good
nothing of her
idea
in it.
or very nice of them to suddenly shove her in a leading role in a Star Wars film being
but
such
don't
a
forget
new
that
actress.
You know that's part of why they hired such a new actress was so
Yeah, because they didn't have to pay them.
Well,
Yeah, but don't forget as well, guys. One sec, CSA. In The Force Awakens, during the first couple of shoots, when she was on Jakku or wherever the hell like that, that J.J. Abrams screeched at her in her face that she was basically a plank of wood, and if she does not learn how to act within the next few scenes, or takes, that he was going to fire her there and then.
Yeah, I noticed that didn't go anywhere, so
Yeah.
it tells me that JJ was full of shit as he usually is.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac.
You know what? You know what? If J.J. Abrams told me that, I'd tell him that he need to learn how to fucking direct in the next few scenes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think Daisy is actually a bad actress. She just doesn't
She's
have
just
the
inexperienced.
She's inexperienced and she's never ever had the proper direction.
Well,
Yeah.
let's face it, before her Star Wars role, Daisy Ridley was actually a corpse on a bed. That's her other role.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I'm saying. She didn't have any
yeah.
experience.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why I liked Oscar Isaac's role so much. He actually was in some pretty, he was in the Robin Hood movie with.
Well, the dude
Russell
clearly
Crowe.
knows how to fucking act.
But that's what I'm saying.
Actually,
He's had
give him
a lot of
anything.
acting experience, and the
he
roles I've
has.
seen him in, I liked.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him in Angora, which was a movie about rise of Christianity in Greece. Right.
He was also in a movie called The Nativity, which is it's a much more real life version about the birth of Christ. Like, it's much more based in as much realism. It's not like, it's not a super kids movie because they deal with it from a much more real world perspective. And he plays Joseph, and he plays him damn good.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
Oscar Isaacs in
That's
that.
Oscar Isaacs.
I was not aware that was Oscar Isaacs in that movie.
That's Oscar Isaacs. That and Robin Hood are the two movies I remember him from.
I haven't
Before Star
seen
Wars.
which Robin Hood. Is it the one with Russell Crowe?
He plays Prince John. Or
Really? Oh shit, that's right. Yeah,
Mhm.
I actually have that movie.
I have this thing with actors where I might see somebody and I don't know where they're from, but they look very familiar to me, so I will live on IMDb until I can piece together where the hell I've seen them from. It'll bug the shit out of me.
And now in Star Wars Episode 10, an actor who's in the 1992 commercial about lollipops, and you see you say there, yes, I found him.
Fucking
God.
1992. I was only 4 years old. You son of a bitch. You really think I'd remember a lollipop commercial?
Yeah, well, yes, you would. But
Well,
here's
whatever.
the thing. Here's the thing, people, and this is what really pisses me off. Especially those of you out there who love the Clone Wars. Right? Notice Katala's ears just perked up. It's official that in The Force Awakens, that alien with the weird red pointy helmet, yeah, that's the last living clone.
No,
no.
it's not.
Yes.
No, it's not. They
I
can
don't-
confirm
okay,
it
stop,
all they
hard
want.
stop,
That's
Owen.
not going to make it
I
true.
don't care what they say. That physiologically is not even
No,
remotely possible.
they explained that he was lost in a tube and things like that.
Bullshit.
No,
I know.
no.
I didn't
no.
make that.
It's impossible. It's impossible.
Also, the clones weren't fucking force sensitive.
No.
No, it's this guy wasn't the Force user. It's a dude standing in the corner with a red helmet.
A dude.
Fucking the cantina place where they went.
The clones don't even live that long.
Yeah, the clones.
Huh?
Remember, the clones had accelerated lifespans. That was how they got them to grow so quickly. They accelerated their lifespans.
There was a clone medic turned doctor trying to figure out how to reverse that, but
Yeah.
nothing ever
They
came
never
of it.
really got anything. of
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
Look.
that's why when you see in Rebels, you see the few clones are
why
left.
they're
They look
also
so old
yeah.
because of their accelerated growth treatments.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the accelerated aging code written into their DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like I've heard people talking about will Rex appear in The Mandalorian, and me and CSA have been talking about this, and we were talking about even would he be alive 5 years after episode 6?
He wouldn't. I'm
He-
sorry,
Yeah, exactly.
he wouldn't.
Now, supposedly some clones did live a long time, but they wouldn't have been out there where they could be spotted either.
No.
Yeah.
But don't
Well,
forget it.
And don't forget that Palpatine, the only true clones of Jango Fett left during the Empire were Vader's fist. Palpatine sold the rest of them all off as slaves.
Weren't they?
Yeah.
Wasn't the 501st partially made up?
The
No, only
501st was
Initially,
Vader's
it was
fist.
mostly clones.
and then
Actually,
over
the-
time they were replaced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, a load
Because
of the
Palpatine
stormtroopers-
couldn't get away with getting rid of all of Darth Vader's clone troopers because that would have brought Anakin out and screwed Palpatine over big time.
Yeah. I'm just wondering now, with everything going on, what do you think's actually going on back behind the set? Do you think people are freaking out?
Well,
With the
Not
backlash?
really.
no, because
I think honestly that the only person doing any real complaining may be Jon Favreau, but
Yeah.
like Echo Base Network said the other night, his hands are tied at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He can try
Yeah.
to do anything he wants, but Kathleen's got to stamp it for it to get approved. And if
Yeah.
she's being
Yeah.
that combative with him, she's just going to stymie everything he does.
that was
Yeah,
something
but-
I disagree with Ryan Cannell on. Is he's like, well, if Favreau wanted Gina Carano to stay, she would have stayed, and I'm like, no,
He
that's
doesn't have that
impossible.
power.
he doesn't have
But-
that level of power. He's powerful, but not on the same level of power.
He
that
doesn't. At
Kathleen
the end of the day,
feels.
he doesn't run Lucasfilm, no matter how
No.
much fucking influence he's got.
Mhm.
I
True.
think after all this shit, I'm 100% convinced that Kathleen Kennedy is not going to get her contract renewed. After
I'm not
everything.
even sure of that because last
I-
time they said her contract was up, she was there for another 3 years.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
after that time, the Disney movies all of them hadn't come out. Then the Star Wars stories, all of them hadn't come out, and also there wasn't this backlash. And the
I
fan
think there's a separate problem.
which is
I think they're having a similar problem they're having with the BBC. Nobody wants her damn job because she's poisoned the well so bad. Who the
Mhm.
fuck else wants to deal with it?
I
Yeah.
think I go back to I think Favreau is the best one for damage control and to get it right back. He might take out. Fuck, I just bit
And
my tongue.
I feel like if her contract does come up, she's gonna fight tooth and nail to insert one of her little toadies in there and try to keep Favreau out of it.
Well, and not just that. If I don't think she's even going to do that. Here's why. It's because Kathleen Kennedy is a vile, self-absorbed bitch.
Well, she's
and
petty.
she is
and
not.
she's bitter.
Yes, she's that too. She's a petty fucking feminazi who probably should have taken herself off a few years
She would
ago.
rather, even on her way out, completely destroy the legacy of the entire franchise
Mhm.
than admit any wrongdoing.
Well,
let
that's what she
anything
went in
be
there to
fixed.
do.
Well, I know, so hear me
Mhm.
out. She would rather let Favreau get pissed off and either get fired or be stuck in his little department, assign one of her little yes women, and continue to scream the Force is female on her way out the door and watch the franchise burn. Because she has
You know-
no investment in it.
you know
I
what
don't
pisses
think
me
she's
off.
even going to do that. And what I think she's going to do is she's going to pull the women card. You know, the fucking, well, if you fire me, if you take me out when my contract is up, you're a bigot and a fucking misogynist, and I'm going to file a lawsuit against you. And you know what? With the courts as they are right now, she would fucking win, even though she'd be completely batshit wrong.
But you see, what I was always thinking is that privately they'd be like, "Get the fuck out, you fucking dumb bint." But publicly they'd be like, "We're so sorry to see Kathleen go. Her contribution to Star Wars will always be remembered, and we wish her all the
I
future."
don't think that would work because the first thing she would do is run to the press.
She'd run to the press and
Exactly.
tell them about the private shit. Because I mean, let's just take something another example of somebody who wasn't supposed to say anything. What's her face? That porn star that Trump banged like however many years ago, who signed it.
I just forgot her name. Shit.
I can't remember her name.
Yeah, the blonde chick.
It was the blonde chick.
Stormy
She's-
Daniels, wasn't
Stormy
it?
Yeah,
Daniels.
her.
Yes, that's
She
it.
she signed an NDA where she couldn't talk about anything. And what did she do? Fuck the NDA. I'm going to go after Trump.
Oh, I mean, seriously,
I
mean-
like,
don't even know that. I'm still not completely convinced he actually fucked her anywaes.
Who knows?
Regardless if he did or didn't, if there was an NDA established and signed by both parties, then that's my point. It doesn't matter what documentation you sign anymore.
but could they not put Kennedy under an NDA?
It wouldn't
They
matter.
could, but
wouldn't
she
matter.
would not follow
There would
it.
have to be a judge that would uphold it.
Yeah,
Only as much as that NDA would be enforceable, and
Mm-hmm.
given current trends in non-disclosure agreements in this country, it probably would not be very enforceable.
Well,
Yeah.
the only NDAs that are enforceable are NDAs filed against people of a specific, shall we say, political leaning.
Yeah.
Those are the
Yeah.
only NDAs that are enforceable. And considering Kathleen Kennedy is everybody's fucking golden child of feminism, there's
Mhm.
no way an NDA would muzzle that fucking.
They want. I mean, although I really don't know what allies Kathleen Kennedy would even have anymore, because I feel like
Well,
she's burnt a lot
Oh,
of bridges.
she's still got them.
She
She's
got
still got
'em,
them
yeah,
because most of her allies are political.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
that when I'm saying that aren't political. I'm saying in the
The
industry.
political ones are the only ones she needs. For
That's
fuck's sake,
true.
they run
That's
the
very
media
true.
basically.
That's true. Yeah, it's.
I mean,
Star Wars right now just needs to take a bunch of sleeping pills, go into a coma for about 6-7 years, purge out all these scumbags,
At
and
this point,
let
Star
itself
Wars needs to
reset.
sleep under the fucking ice for about 10,000 fucking years, like the Thing.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's what the shit that's going on and everything like that, and the shit that's going on over here in the BBC. It's even gone to Ireland as well,
I
where
don't doubt
a lot of people are standing up against the RTE and everything like that. I think a lot of these people should actually start paying fucking attention, because they're like, why are we paying a TV license of 160 euros a year?
Well,
Which everyone totally pays.
Let me put it this way. These people, even if this shit came to their door, until the point somebody came in their door and put a knife between their ribs or a bullet between their eyes, they're never going to think it's anything. They're never going to assume they can be touched, because they always think they're better and smarter and more important than everybody fucking else. They never get it until it's too fucking late.
Yeah. But will it be too late? That honestly, I mean, because I'm there and I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at all the stuff coming out. Like, they've ruined Doctor Who, they've ruined Star Trek, they've ruined Stargate with Stargate Origins.
As aggravating as it is, there's always something else that'll come later.
Hopefully, honestly,
There's no
I mean,
hopefully. That's just how the way people in society is. There'll always be something else that'll come out. These fuckers don't have everything because they can't fucking manage what's not out yet, you know? And the more they
Yeah.
fuck up, the more people don't trust them.
That is very true. I mean, from everything, I can't get into it. Sorry, Phil, if you watch this, which I doubt, but I'm just saying, I can't get into it. But I hear that show that Phil loves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I warned everybody
Oh, are you
about
talking
that.
about? Are you talking about the,
The
fucking?
Expanse.
Yes.
Yeah.
I warned everybody I knew who was singing the praises of that song where that fucking show was going, because that's where the fucking books went.
Well, seeing as
Nobody
he's not
listens.
here, do you want? Hold on. Farm, seeing as he's not here in that, and I don't care about spoilers on my stream, go ahead. Where does the book
I'm not
go?
going to go into detail, but basically the books go super woke. The women are all in charge. They're all super confident. They start running the men. The men start getting shitty. It's just the books degrade.
Dude, the
On the
show
last,
has been that from the get-go. I'm just
That
going to tell
is
you that right
definitely-
now. The show
yeah.
has been that from the get-go.
there's been hints of it already. And then, you look at where the show's going. And Phil's thing, again, if he listens to this,
Yeah.
and we've talked about this, he's like, well, they were going to cancel the show. He's like, so at this point, it'll get canceled before it goes the direction the books did. No.
Yeah, I don't think that show was going to get canceled. And here's the thing, too. The woman who voices one of the admirals from Mass Effect.
Yes. Is that the
forget
Indian
which
lady who's
freaking
also
admiral.
in-
She's the one who plays the she's the dark-skinned lady.
Yes, Admiral Paris in Star Trek Beyond.
I think.
I'm good with names.
But go on.
So her character in The Expanse She is the single most powerful female character person that Earth has in that universe.
Mhm.
And she's not the only female character that show basically makes the most powerful, the most competent, what have you.
No,
Yeah.
the signs were there much earlier than I think a lot of the fans wanted to acknowledge.
Yeah. Well, and she's also the only competent one too. If you watch that show, I watched the first, I forget, like 4 or 5 episodes. I didn't really like it.
Because Phil was trying for months to convince me to watch it, and I was like,
Yeah,
dude,
he
I
was-
know. It's like, I know how this ends.
He
People
was
have been trying to get me to watch it too.
he was
I
trying
wasn't
to get
interested.
us- Yeah. Go ahead.
I've never had a whole ton of interest in The Expanse in the first place. I bought the first book and then proceeded to not read it. So
Was your table wobbly?
I might use it for that in the future although it's quite thick, so my tail would have to be very, very wobbly.
You know
The
what?
fucking leg would have to be broken.
Yeah.
You know what? To actually be. This is gonna sound weird, but I think it'd actually be hilarious. If someone got a dust jacket from the Bible and put it over something like Harry Potter or something like that, and just start reading it during one of the services, I just think
My
that'd be
God.
Wow.
My
But no.
God.
You got in
Yes.
trouble in church a lot, didn't you?
Yes, he did.
You say it like you didn't know that already.
Yeah, I'm a little dipshit. But
In fact, Owen, I'm wondering how you haven't gotten in trouble in church before.
Yeah, I'll bet that's interesting, and we could have a freaking Owen gets in trouble series. That would be hilarious and amazing, and
All right,
Yeah.
well, we're off the rails here, guys.
yeah, wait, there's rails, but
There are rails on this
Honest-
train. Sorry.
yeah. Well, I've already noticed that a couple of the prices on a few of the different Black series have gone down. For example, the Black series, and I'm looking at a lot of sabers for the summer and things like that, and the Black series are 200 on the low side, but what's even lower is 150 for Kylo Ren's Black series lightsaber.
Well, disregarding the sabers, if you want to talk about the Black Series, because I'm not really a Jedi guy, looking at the figures coming out, the prices have been going down even for the new release figures.
Oh, gotcha. I've noticed here some
Like, I was actually looking at the figures for 3 members of the Bad Batch, those clone troopers,
yeah.
and they're like sitting right at around like between $14 and $19 new before they're
I
even
Well,
know.
out.
it's because they can't sell them. Disney shot themselves up the ass on these things.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, like here's the thing. Disney could have, if Hasbro was in business to make money, right? And if Disney was in business to make money, man, they'd just be cranking out freaking Gina Carano figures.
Well, we'd
They
have
would.
we'd have figures of Cara Dune. We'd have figures of the new Bo-Katan and the other 2 Mandalorians. We'd have figures of Carl Weathers' character, whose name escapes me at the moment.
We'd have cosplay options. I've been looking for those owl helmets for a
if
friend
you,
and cousin of mine.
If you want to talk about that as an example, just using Big Bad Toy Store because they tend to carry a lot of the Black Series figures,
Yeah.
right? As a comparison, I could go on there right now. I know because I checked about a week ago. I could get almost any Black Series Star Wars figure, even the ones that have been out for a little while without too much trouble. I go and look for something from like He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. That shit's sold out. Like
Yeah.
the day or
Well, and
two after
Transformers as
pre-order.
well.
Transformers
well,
sell
gotcha.
out within a week.
Although that's also something that's people have noticed about Hasbro is their distribution sucks. They don't.
Oh yeah,
there's that,
Hasbro's
but it's also-
distribution sucks.
It's also
Well-
a matter of demand. Like the G.I. Joe figures, supply issues aside, the pre-orders are sold out in under a week for almost every
Yeah.
G.I. Joe figure that comes out. The Masters of the Universe figures, gone.
It's not just
Transformers,
that.
gone.
Hasbro has a history going back all the way to 1980 where
Mhm.
they'll release figures with no rhyme or reason for where they send them,
Well, they oversaturate the market with specific figures and undersupply with others.
I'll tell you something. There is a €500. Katala, you'll probably know this. There's a €500 large metal Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know
Yeah,
if
I'm
you
well aware of that.
Every year, I've gone to Comic-Con. This same one is in the exact same glass case, but moved around the store. No one's buying it. But the smaller ones, they're all rushing out the shelves. But this big one for like 500, I'm like, that's still there. And if I bet you anything, if after the play against, and they're going to go right back up there, that's going to be there. In actual fact, it was advertised on Instagram 2 days ago.
The reason it will still be there, and this is another thing too, it will still be there for a very long time. And the reason for that is it's a transformer that doesn't transform.
That's not Transformer then. It's literally in the bloody name.
Exactly.
But that's the problem. That's why nobody's buying it. Is
that's why no one's buying it.
Because it's a static statue. You can't play with it. It's not a transformer. Half the time when people buy these, they take them out of the boxes and they fuck with them. It's because they're transformers. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they're for. They're supposed to, they're not a display piece. It's a thing that you get to mess with when you're bored or whatever.
I mean, now, granted, I have a bunch of mine still in the box, but even me, I still have Cliff Jumper and Hoist, transformed into vehicle mode here on my desk. Even I have some of them out.
I mean, the one I got there for Christmas, it's after being all over the man cave. Hey there, bird! It's after being all over the man cave and things like that. And I'll admit, I made truck noises once or twice. But I'm just looking at all these things and I'm like, is everything we love gone shit?
No, not all of it. It's just that they've got a big fucking chunk of it and they're throwing it around everywhere. It's
just, if you like Transformers, never buy comics
IDW,
or the media.
Don't buy it,
Don't buy comics. Don't buy about 90% or more of the cartoon stuff that has been made, because most of it is trash.
Well, most of it's based on IDW license.
Actually,
and then you've got the stuff that's based on Japan licenses, and that's not any good either.
Yeah.
Some of it's okay, but a lot of it is.
I know you like animated, but no.
I never saw animated. Actually.
I was on TikTok there today.
Animated is the one that's based on the manga.
Oh God!
That's the one where they started Slipstream. It's the one where they came up with this absolutely batshit insane idea that all of the Seeker Aces are clones of Starscream, which is bullshit. Fuck off, writer.
That one never made any sense.
Yeah.
Whoever wrote that needed their editor to slap them and say no. Give them the Angry Joe no.
I like Slipstream, but I also understand that some of the origins that character came from were fucking messed up.
I despise that character for one reason. Okay? That character is some chicken shit little fanfic writer going, look guys, it's Starscream but better because she's a girl.
But she doesn't act like Starscream, so I mean, I don't know. It's almost like they were trying to compete.
I mean,
again, Starscream but better.
I mean, is it any worse than the package I sent to Katala, who it was addressed to?
Oh.
I don't accept that either, just so you know. That was
nobody accepts that.
Why, you mean what? Is it worse than the movie that I sent, or just Alexa Kurtzman?
So, for those in the chat wondering, they have this. It's called, was it Major Melon? It's a new Mountain Dew flavor.
Yeah, Major Melon Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
which that was really good. I have got to figure out if I can get that stuff.
Amazon. It's more expensive if you buy it on Amazon, but if that's the only way you can get. That's how I got it to you, was through Amazon. But so for those in the chat, I sent Katala. I think it was like a 12-pack of this Mountain Dew.
It was a 6-pack actually.
It was a 6. I can't remember if it was 12 or 6-pack.
It was 6.
Okay.
Because remember, I told you not to send too much because I wasn't sure if
you were gonna like it. That's right. So I sent you this 6-pack. That's right. So I sent her this 6-pack, and I decided to mess with her, and I addressed it to Starscream Dorito.
You almost got Owen in trouble for that one, by the way.
I was hoping I would.
Yeah, I went and I bloody messaged her about it. I'm like, yeah, that's not from me. And then I got a message.
Well, you
back
could have
2 days
addressed
later.
it to Cool Ranch Dorito Scream.
God.
Yeah, nah. All I'm gonna say is I
No,
sent her.
the one who really thought it was Owen was Mike. He was like, that has to be from Owen.
And then she just posted to like Owen and whatnot, and she's like, CSA? like
I was like, Owen,
like a
and then I
mother
went,
calling
wait a
out their
second,
child.
no.
She's like, CSA?
I at first thought it was Owen because I had forgotten that you were going to send me Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it did take a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. So, but,
And then I was like, wait a second, that's Mountain Dew. That was CSA.
I need to some more of that shit. By the way, that's good.
Nah, you know it's me.
That
I'm
stuff
better
is
with
amazing.
names. I'm better with names. I've told her worse things.
Yeah, he called me Alexa Kurtzman.
Yeah, then I called you something before that.
Well,
I
you sent it to Mrs. Mike and then Latoris, and if you just read it really fast.
Oh my God.
Another one was Tammy Pond.
I think you've lost the thread.
I think it's...
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
I kind of did that, but you know what? It was worth the story. It was worth it.
it was. But okay, so guys,
You gotta admit it was funny.
It was absolutely. That was dear God. But the
Dude,
thing
he
is,
said Starscream Dorito. I couldn't be mad.
yeah. But the thing, like now with like Star Wars and everything like that, do you think that the old guard fans, as Ramblin' Canuck would said, any of them are going to show up anymore?
I
do you think
have my
we've lost
doubts.
I don't
doubt
think
it.
so.
I
don't think so.
I think, let's see, in the streaming to the other way, Echo Base Network put it best. He's like, if you want to be supportive, support the shit that Favreau does that gives a shit about Star Wars. He's like, but by and large, he's like, don't support anything Kathleen Kennedy's got her hands on. Don't support the High Republic. Don't support any of this new crap coming out. He's like, if they do something that's good, then fine. He's like, show your approval by supporting the product. He's like, otherwise, let them rot.
Yep.
So basically,
and if they keep doing things the way they do it, and people and the old guard fans actually do that, they're not going to make any money.
Yeah.
So basically, what he's saying is, it's like support like the Mandalorian, support the fucking Ahsoka show, and I believe it's the Acolyte.
It's the Book of Boba.
If that's what you like, and you feel that it's fucking relevant to actual Star Wars, then that's what you should probably mess with.
Well, me and CSA have been watching Mandalorian. We both discussed it, and bless you. And we both think that it's actually good enough. Like, there are a few little issues with it.
I have a few problems with the Mandalorian, but
it's far from perfect, but it's the best it's the best Star Wars that's come out since Disney owned it.
I feel like it could be much better, but on the same hand, I don't know how much of that gets flushed down the toilet by bad management.
That, and I also think that they're playing it very safe right now.
I think they're forced to.
I think they have to. I think they're stuck with it.
Yeah, I think they have to play the safer route because of they know that if they try and wrangle it back to more of the original EU, then Kathleen Kennedy will slit its throat. So the way they figure is try and drop little hints, bring in as much of the EU as we can, as we can, without getting shut down, basically.
And they also, I do give him credit, because one of the dumbest things that they done in the first season was he can't take off his helmet. And literally in episode 3 of the second season, they're like, oh yeah, this guy. Yeah, you're in a cult, dude. Like, and then he basically, after he hangs out with actual Mandalorians, and they are they're from Bo-Katan and 2 of her friends.
Death Watch.
No, it wasn't Death Watch. It was the Night Owl. Was it
Night Owls were still a branch of Death Watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but these 2 specific people were actually from the Clone Wars, apparently.
Yeah, Bo-Katan.
Right.
Yeah, Bo-Katan was in the Clone Wars.
She was
Yeah.
the
Oh, no,
second in command of Death Watch at the time.
No, I'm not talking
She was
about
also
Bo.
the one.
Go ahead.
Bo-Katan was also the one who ended up with the Darksaber.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which, for some reason, that plot line made no fucking sense. Why that guy
Well,
had that
because
saber.
that also happened. Remember, she got the Darksaber, and then
Before
had-
you continue, what happened in Rebels was also stupid and made no sense.
No. What I was going to say is that you had at like post Rebels. I know it was stupid. It made no sense. What I'm trying to say is that the something happened post Rebels up until maybe up to the Mandalorian. Something happened on Mandalore where she lost the dark saber.
So what happened was
That's bullshit. That was them trying to plug their plot hole.
They were trying to.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to justify it. I'm
So,
just saying
I know what
that's the only
happened.
explanation I could think of.
Yeah, I looked into this, and this is what happened. So just save your shouting until I'm done. Basically, canonically, Maul had it.
No, he
Then,
didn't.
He did
No.
have it near the end of the Clone Wars brief.
yeah,
He
Maul
did,
had
yeah.
it. Yeah, Maul had it. Then it went over to CSA. You know the guy's name in Rebels? He had it.
Are you talking about
Then-
Kanan Jarrus?
No. There was a Mandalorian who had it in
I
Rebels.
don't remember his
Oh,
name.
that was when they spent a few episodes on Mandalore, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't
He
know
had
his
it
name.
in-
Yeah.
Here's the problem I have with that, okay? So there was no reason for Maul to have gotten it.
Well, if you remember,
Because-
Katala, Maul took it from like, damn it.
Grease?
No, not Kryze.
He took over Death Watch, remember?
I forgot the guy's name suddenly. I don't know why.
Yeah, Maul took over
He
yeah.
took
Death
it from
Watch.
he took it from Pre Vizsla when he won.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had it
Yeah.
briefly because he took it from Pre Vizsla when he took over Death Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
it
yeah,
looks like-
that's right. He
Mhm.
stole it from him.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And that was
he
one of
had
the
it
reasons
in-
why Death Watch turned on him, at least half of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but guys, it was CSA. I don't know. Did you notice this? But I know you. The other three beings in this chat didn't, because they didn't watch. But basically, the armor in the Mandalorian is actually one of the followers of Maul's because her helmet has Maul's spikes on it.
That doesn't make sense because the only one that had the spikes on it was the blacksmith.
Yes, that's all. Yeah, she's also known as the armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she had the spikes on it, which meant that in canon and crap like that, that she's basically one of the ones who followed Maul.
Which is another thing which,
The
there's
problem
so many holes in the Mandalorians. Like,
the problem is with the Mandalorians, they haven't been given a lot of true coverage. Like it's been very spotty coverage, which I don't.
We had a few episodes here and there in the Clone Wars. Then we had a couple of shit episodes in Rebels.
mhm.
Then we have mentions here and there of it in. Thank you. Maul took it from Vizsla in a duel. That's
Yeah.
what Matt G said. But then we had a few mentions of it in Mandalorian. But we also heard in Mandalorian that they nuked the planet. But what the fuck are they fighting over?
Well, no, they didn't nuke the planet. Basically, the Empire like raised it, like not like
Basically set it on fire.
it's more or less, yeah. So there's still
Yeah,
a planet there, and there's still something to salvage. The thing is, again, since the Mandalore has not really been given the true coverage it deserves,
Yeah.
you have to fill in all these
Well,
gaps.
let's put it
with,
this way: Mandalore got no coverage after Satine Kryze was assassinated.
Yeah.
Once she died, what Mandalore became after Maul's like fuckery, you never see it.
Whose kid is
Yeah, that's true.
Satine's nephew?
Nobody knows. Never explained.
Fucking hell.
I still don't think that is Satine's nephew. Because remember, she's raising
know.
this kid.
I know. It's hers. We all know it. And you're looks a
Well,
lot
her
like
her
Obi-Wan.
theory is that it belongs to Obi-Wan.
That's Satine and Obi-Wan's kid. I'm sorry, he
I
looks
follow that.
exactly like Obi-Wan when he
Yeah.
shoots.
And if you look at the way he moves, he kind of moves like he's an untrained force user. If you look at when
Sometimes,
he's
yes, that is
Yeah.
Obi-Wan's child, and I don't care whatever else Lucasfilm in their grandiose arrogance decides to say.
I saw this one funny little quick vid about like the Jedi. So you know how the Jedi aren't supposed to have like emotional entanglements? It
Yeah.
says, but that doesn't mean all Jedi are virgins.
My
And then
God.
it shows this Jedi getting out of like bed, and you see like the person in this clip, like they're just like a Twi'lek, and then he gets out, puts on his Jedi robes, and says, "May the Force be with you," and then just walks out of the men's room.
No, I saw another thing like that where you see this Jedi and he's there and he's reciting the code, right? And he's there and he's like, the Jedi shall bear no attachment to anything else. I don't attach myself to this. And he just lifts his head up and you see this Twi'lek with like a ball gag in her mouth and leather underwear strapped to the bed. And he's there and he's just like, so I leave the money over there, right? Takes his robes off and like, woo! And jumps on her.
Oh my god!
I fucking love that shit.
The Jedi code being so insanely rigid is definitely explains why so many Jedi fell near
Fell
the
to
end
the
of the
dark
Republic.
side, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
not only that.
there's been an opinion goes around that I happen to agree with, which was Yoda and the original Jedi Council were part of the reason for the downfall of the Jedi Order in general.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I have
because
heard that too.
because well, the Jedi learned the one thing that always caught the Sith out in previous eras, and the Sith learned the one thing that always kept the Jedi on top. The Sith learned patience, and the Jedi Order gained arrogance.
Yep.
They were arrogant enough to build their fucking temple on top of the ancient destroyed Sith temple that was on Coruscant.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they weren't, and they didn't, because, and so correct me if I'm wrong, but to my knowledge, the Jedi didn't have any other temples or
They did.
primary
They
training
actually
places.
did.
They did.
did?
Before that, they did. The planet, as I understand it, at least if you go by so-called Legends lore, the planet, I think, is currently abandoned and has been for centuries. Let me see if I can remember what the name of it is.
Well, there was Dantooine in KOTOR.
No, that was a
Yeah.
Republic world.
No, that was a
wasn't
Republic
Jedi
base.
world.
I thought
Yeah,
that
That
was
wasn't a Jedi world.
But guys, I just got a little bit of something in, right?
Okay.
And this is, let's see where do I put it. This came in from someone who I'm not going to say, but basically, yeah, this is being bid on. Look at it.
Okay. Here's the thing. It's being bid on. What are they actually selling for? Because you can ask whatever dollar amount, but
No one is selling them anymore. They're gone.
wait. So that's
What
how
was
much
it? I
that's
didn't
sold
see it.
for.
What? Oh, they're currently bidding. Like,
So that's that's the Cara Dune like action figure there, and it's
Yes.
going for 205. Is that euros or pounds?
That's
Pound.
euro. That's pounds, isn't
Pound.
it? Yeah.
Pounds.
Yeah,
So
British
200
sterling.
205 pounds.
I'm glad I got mine when it first came out.
I always meant to get one, but I was also in my packing phase, and
yeah,
I'm just
you
like,
didn't really have a lot of choice.
you
I
see,
didn't-
if only we had hindsight, because I mean, honestly, I would have sold Armchair and put all their money in GameStop stuff.
dude, I would have bought silver when it was practically like worthless, and bought bitcoins when they were like 3 cents for a whole bitcoin. I mean, that's if we have hindsight.
Don't get too wrapped up in that. That's got a limited shelf life too.
Oh, no,
You can't
I know,
trust those
but-
motherfuckers.
Oh no, I know that. I'm just saying. Imagine if you bought like 100 full bitcoins then, and you sold them now.
Yeah.
You never have to work again in your life.
Richard,
it's-
are you seriously telling the truth?
I think he's being satirical.
No. Okay.
The only reason why is because his next comment is, "I would like to know about this thing."
Yeah.
If I think he's pulling your strings.
Okay. So, but back to Star Wars. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of shit and things like that I love to do in Star Wars. But I also think that if you go maybe 1,000 years in the future and make good Star Wars content, just move forward. Forget that Rey even existed. Because who the hell in 1,000 years would give two flying fucks that Rey existed? I mean,
The best thing they can do is move ahead and just never acknowledge. If they're not going to erase it, then you just move ahead and not acknowledge that it existed. Just ignore it.
Yeah,
you could.
And
you could even go ahead.
The problem is if you go too far ahead, it's such an open book. It still leaves.
Well, you end up with a Star Trek Discovery issue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so open to fuckery that you could
Well,
just end
how
up
far
back
would
at
you
square
go
one.
ahead? Because I was thinking 1,000 years, but
That's
1,000
way
years
too far ahead.
I think if you go maybe like 200 years, something where kind of like you can maybe mention the Jedi and maybe just in bare pass mentioning a few things at most. Go like 200 years. You
could
know,
say for something along the lines of, for talk's sake, like long ago after the Dark Times, a new order was founded by a group of Jedi. And don't even mention Rey or Ran, just say a group of Jedi.
well, the problem is that when you use terms like Jedi and Sith, Jedi, you still have to bring it back to Rey. You have to because again, according to the canon,
unless they change it, she was the last one to exist.
So you can't.
So you're still stuck with her.
So unless you get rid of the term Jedi and Sith and just say light side users and force side and dark side users, then you get around having to.
You don't need to change Jedi totally. You could just simply call them YEADI, Jedi. And say they went.
No, you can't. No, it sounds. No, what I'm saying.
Work.
What I'm saying is, you can still have light side users and dark side users, but not call them Sith and Jedi. Is what I'm saying.
What he's saying is, you would have. It would still be a matter of the Force, but you'd have to have it by then that someone adopted a different way to use it.
Yeah, you'd have to have a different set of standards for each side.
Like a completely new order using new freaking means to channel the Force, something like that. But it needs to be viable within the actual world.
It does. So that's where obviously a good Star Wars creator not tied to K squared can actually work with something.
Hey, Armchair, Farv, you two are writers, the fuck are you doing? Why aren't you going applying for Disney?
Because I ain't got time. I'm working on my own shit.
They're both working on their own shit.
What's the question? What's the question, Revan?
What the fuck are you doing? And why aren't you gone working for Disney, making good Star Wars?
Because
you know what? I'll tell you exactly why.
One, they
because
hire
Disney,
me, and two, I'm pretty sure they pay
Disney's
shit.
business practices are horse shit, and I would not work for them because once you work for them, anything you create belongs to them, and I ain't fucking having it.
Well, simple.
No.
We said. Well, simple. Whoa, shit! I nearly fell off my chair.
Smooth.
Because someone asked me that once, and I was like, no, never. I was like, because anything I create, whether I'm on the clock or not, Disney fucking via contract gets the rights to. And I have no interest in them having anything that belongs to me.
Yeah.
There's no way I would ever work for Disney because, and I mean, you can make stuff and not report it, and if you don't date it, it's their word against yours.
Mm-hmm.
And they still win because they have all the fucking money.
Like Revan, the people who are writing these like High Republic trash novels, like Disney is barely paying these people.
Yeah.
Right? Well,
They
let
make
me just put it this
shit.
way: I can make, I would say, probably a good 10 to 50 times more money by
You probably already have.
And in my case,
doing a much more lucrative kind of writing the law than I can could ever do working in Hollywood. I'm sure.
Law school can kiss my ass personally,
Well,
but
Armchair,
with
since
me
you're working-
having, hold on. With me having literally just 10 chapters left to finish to actually probably be done with my first book, and even going through the shit with self-publishing, even if I have to pay for it, my issue is like, at that point, I'm not even about trying to get rich. I don't even know if it'll make money, but I want to get it out there, and I want to get it out there for me, not for fucking Disney.
Well, all I'm gonna say is
So I would never want to work for them.
Speaking about plugging, Armchair, would you like to tell us about your book?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you very well.
I said, would you like to go and suck it? No, I said, would you like to tell us about your book? Which any of you who are interested after this description The link is in the description below. Also, so is my Discord, and also is the link to the Common Man cast, where you will find these weirdos there as well, doing their they do like Guild War streams, they do other streams and things like that. They have guests on sometimes, and also you'll have Common Sense America, who he is drastically undersubscribed to. So I think all of you guys should go over and subscribe to him, or else I will find each and every one of you, and I will send you a picture of Jedi Bill naked.
No one wants this.
Oh yeah, thanks for the opportunity, Owen. Yeah, so I am among other things, I have published one novel already. It's called The Maiden's War. It's a fantasy war novel, sort of World War I style, and so I would say about halfway through writing the sequel. So I'm trying to get I'm hoping to have the sequel out probably end of 2022.
Yeah.
But I've had
Nice.
I've had very good
Halfway
reviews
through
so far
writing
for this one. Actually, if you look on Amazon, it's got a 4.5-star rating, 25 reviews, which is actually like, there's a lot of people who get published through real publishing houses who don't have that much customer engagement.
Yeah.
People really like it. So
Yeah.
How are you only halfway through writing it at the number of chapters you've got?
Well, it's going to be a little bit
Right.
longer than The Maiden's War.
You
And
trying to write fucking some shit like War and Peace or what? Jesus.
I mean, it's going to be a little bit of a longer book, and it's let's see, because I'm on chapter 26. Okay, I'd say I'm a little bit more than halfway done.
Yeah.
I'm like looking to average out for about 40 chapters.
Yeah, well, because I'm 27 chapters in, and it's probably going to take about 50.
Nice. So would any of you three, or creatures that are left, would any of you like to plug the Common Man cast?
Have at it, one of
No.
you guys. I'm not good at advertising.
I mean,
I'm
you
not
know.
either.
All right. Well,
Terrible at
I'll plug Common Man, and then I'll plug mine. So
Yes.
join us over at the Common Man Cast. We talk pop culture, regular culture, what's relevant, also at times. We're 7 very, very dysfunctional people that somehow make this engine turn. I don't know how we function, but we somehow make it work. We do Guild War streams every Thursday night.
Yes.
We do those, and then we try and get an episode out about once a week. And then if we have a guest on, or if it's a very immediate topic to talk about, we'll do live streams. We had Echo Base Network on just a few days ago with us. The guys from there.
That was a good episode, by the
That was
way.
a very good
very
episode.
Yeah.
And come and join us. Join the Common Man Revolution, and it's a very fun place, and we're raw. Like, nothing is scripted, nothing is BS. Like, our responses are just raw, real responses from Joe Schmoes. So
Yeah.
Also, come listen to us insult stupid people.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. The insults are they're as
Fantastic.
plentiful as a Chinese buffet.
Yeah, and
we give them hell on it.
There's a person who's missing, Marcus, who's also there, but I think that I made them an intro, but basically it's this.
I'm the Arbitrary Warlord. I'm a novelist, a veteran, and currently a law student, passed off the FAR.
Farvithia Forever, veteran, 15 years married, and all the stuff I've said on other episodes. Look it up, kids. We'll pass it on to Katal.
Katal Lars here, your favorite internet cackling hyena. Married 7 years, will be 8 years this summer. And everything I've said in every other episode, take it away, Marcus.
Hi guys, I'm Chopped Liver, and I'm only here because I have brain damage.
Hey, Revan, I lost all my fingers but one, dude.
Yeah, I told you, stop shoving them up your ass.
Ooh,
Wow.
ooh.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. It's a weird hobby of yours, man.
Shots fired.
So, guys, we've gone for just over an hour, and we've been derailed for about the last 40 minutes.
It's because
So
anything, and I do mean anything, is more interesting than Kathleen Kennedy's shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And-
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
pretty much.
Let's just be real at the same time. Star Wars is pretty dead. I mean, yeah, The Mandalorian gave it a few little flickers of life, but aside from The Mandalorian, nothing has been real talk-worthy Star Wars-wise for...
The most interesting thing to most people that came out of it was all the updates before they closed out Battlefront 2 that put all the Clone Wars stuff in there that people actually wanted,
Mhm.
and that that Jedi game that I'm spacing the name of.
Oh, it's not
Fallen
Outcast.
Order.
Fallen Order.
And
There you
Fallen
go.
Fallen
Order. There
Order.
you go.
And I
that
have
was
my
about
own
it.
issues with Fallen Order because they
You're not
broke
alone
the
in that.
lore right
They really
in the
did a lot.
first fucking
Yeah.
right in the
Yes,
first
yes, they
mission
did.
where you first encounter someone else.
Mm-hmm.
No,
That bitch should
Katana,
be dead.
No, if you look at the first mission, Katana, it should be much. How the hell did this man not encounter more accidents working in that bloody job? Was this the first one he ever encountered?
Okay, I would believe that the Empire would have really shitty working conditions for laborers
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
To
I mean,
be
Yeah,
fair.
I
Yeah.
would too.
Because what kind of a fuck would they give?
Yeah,
That
but
was
I mean,
that was not where suspension of disbelief broke for
No.
me. It was where he found the former Jedi bint who's like, "Oh, I cut
Yeah.
myself off from the Force."
I'm like,
all right there,
can't
Luke
do that.
Skywalker.
ugh.
Yeah,
But guys,
actually, this is. I apologize for this being somewhat off topic, but like
wait, we have a
at
topic
this
now?
point, I'm wondering like how many people actually died during Order 66 because apparently everybody fucking survived.
Yeah, the retcon on that is pretty severe.
It is.
Yeah.
It
Oh
is.
yeah,
I mean, I get it. There
honestly-
were some Jedi that survived. I get it, but
And
it
they went
seems
into
like
hiding. But the thing is, with them in hiding, the final word on it basically was that that's kind of how they ended. They died hiding.
they pulled an Obi-Wan
like
basically.
the Airbenders
Yeah.
in Avatar. But the thing that I'm thinking would make sense is if they stopped being Jedi, let's say for talk's sake, that they met and they married and they had a kid, right? Would that
Mhm.
kid, after being trained by their dad, who was a master, would that kid identify as a Jedi, or would they say I'm something else?
They
Most
probably wouldn't
likely
identify
they would
as
not
all.
identify as Jedi. And here's the thing,
Not
too.
only that, but for the sake of their own survival, I would think that the parent would actively tell them not to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the parent
Yeah.
would tell them not to identify as a Jedi, first of all, and they would teach that child how to suppress their Force abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, how
but
sad is it that Claymore handled that much better?
Don't spoil
Yeah.
it for me.
So,
I mean-
Really
so,
fucking
so what
sad.
you're saying is they identify as they them Jedi.
oh,
Oh my god, no. Oh.
that is
No.
one thing that I will
Armchair,
say
that's
about
Jedi. Come
the one
on.
thing I will say about the Mandalorian that I will give them credit on is the reason why Grogu's Force experience is so limited is because they explained it as well because
dying.
after Order 6 he suppressed it to the point where a lot of that training that he was going through he kind of suppressed and forgot, so he
And
has
I got
very
separated
little
through that
Force
because
knowledge.
who the hell taught him at that age to suppress that well?
No, they didn't teach him. He did it out of survival.
No, they said basically he's got PTSD.
Uh,
And
That
there's
makes
this
less
stupid
sense than the
theory.
suppression idea.
I know that, but there's this stupid theory going around, and
I
I
have
don't like it.
so many issues with that show.
I
Me
know,
too.
I know. Well, I'm just gonna say, the one thing I really didn't like from going around from that, because I love theories, and that the one theory that I don't like going around is because when Ahsoka was talking and she said Yoda, he looked up, and they're like, "Oh, he's Yoda's kid," because he just looked at her when they said that. Yeah, I knew a guy called Yoda, and I'm there, and I'm like, yeah, every fucking Jedi knows who the hell Yoda is.
Pretty much, for better or for worse. Everybody knew something about him.
And who the hell would want 900-year plus old Yoda in them anyways? Let's just be real, okay?
Another member of his
CSA
race, I would guess, if they all
But
aged.
Which was
CSA, come
Yaddle.
on,
Yaddle, that was
CSA,
the
we
only
know
one.
We know that you've got a green Yoda hand puppet with a little hole cut down at the end of it, and you're like,
what
oh,
the
No.
hell are you even on about?
Bad form, sir. Bad form.
Got that right.
I'm not even gonna joke around about that because that's just fucked up shit. I can't
That's
even.
disgusting, is what that is. No,
That's
bad.
Look,
Shame.
Nope, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say what I want to say.
What are you gonna say?
No.
Come on, bitch.
What's wrong
Thank
with y'all?
you for putting that in my brain.
I'm trying not to compare myself to a certain person who likes to smell certain things.
Oh, jeez.
You know who you probably know who I'm wanting to
Jeez.
refer to.
Oh,
No.
jeez. No. What have you done, sir?
I
I would
haven't
like to-
seen
Wait,
it.
you mean you're still paying attention to them?
I would like to thank everyone for listening to Katala's Mild Breakdown.
Oh dear God. Anyways.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we should wrap it up here, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, let me
So-
do you mind if I plug
Yeah,
my
plug.
channel quick?
Go ahead.
So
Yeah.
I'm Common Sense America. I got a YouTube channel. It's supposed to be about just common sense stuff in general, pop culture, sci-fi, whatever. Unfortunately, because I'm still in a moving process, it's hard for me to do proper video editing. So unfortunately, lately it's been more on the political side. Not what I was intending for it to be. It's just the easiest thing to record at the moment.
Uh-huh.
So with that
the
being
fact that you
said,
define that as easy makes my head hurt.
Actually,
Anyways.
it's actually quite easy for him. But
No,
Anyways.
talking about politics is fucking mind damaging.
sorry, you meant to editing. But
And
No.
anyways.
Let him
No.
go. Let him
Anyways.
go.
So, anyways, but once I get my apartment fully set up and everything, it's going to be a lot better. I'm going to start straying more from politics, talking more about pop culture stuff, a lot more sci-fi, and have guests on and whatnot. So check me out.
Yeah.
It's a
And
bit
there's
slow, but
plans-
you know,
there's plans for him and me to do part ones on his channel and part twos on mine, and vice versa. So he's basically going to be the second to this channel. So all of you
I
guys,
will tell you guys one thing. Be careful
Yes.
with doing 2-part episodes. I've seen that really backfire on other
Yeah.
people who had congruent channels. You're better off just posting them on both channels.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. So, but we're still working those details out.
Yeah.
Nothing's concrete.
That's why I
That's
brought
the
that
link.
up.
No,
yeah,
that's
but guys,
no,
the links to the Common Man Cast, the Discord, and the links to Common Sense America are all in the description of this video if you just scroll down. And I'd like to
Owen?
thank...
Or
Yes.
Revan?
Yes?
The Common Man Cast Discord is supposed to be
No,
subscribed.
I have my own Discord.
Oh, okay.
He's talking about his Discord.
Okay, that
Yeah.
confused me earlier, so I was like, wait, what?
yeah,
Yeah, no,
well,
it's
I
called
get
the Sith Empire. It's called the Sith Empire. Yeah, so the link to that Discord is down below. Then Common Man Cast and that and Common Sense America. And I would like to thank all you guys for joining in, and I'd like to thank each of the panelists except for Katala. No, but
Yes,
it's here.
don't thank me. Fuel my bitterness and rage.
Exactly.
Well, she
Well,
is Empress of the Char, so I mean,
Exactly. So, thanks to everyone, and all of you dorks have a good night, evening, or tomorrow, wherever you are. And remember, if you're in yesterday, stay there.